Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess from BehatiLife. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Astro and Tarot and Intuitive Message Forecast for the week of October 2nd through October 8th. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Welcome to the Behati Vibe Tribe community. And if you're an old friend and an old client, then you know I'm always sending you my love. We pretty much stay in contact if we've worked together before, so welcome back. So for those of you guys that are brand new, the channel is relatively brand new, so I like to keep starting off by giving you some information. If you see me looking off to the left or to the right, but in this case the left, it's because I have the chart of the moment pulled up on my left hand side. If you see me looking down, it's because I have my notes here. Really why I do this is because I don't like to have a script or anything that's kind of guiding me through these astro and intuitive and tarot readings. It allows me to work more one-on-one with my own intuition, my own personal feelings, my own vibes. It keeps the readings more authentic, and it opens it up for any type of messages to come through. As you guys already know, if you worked with me before, it just kind of tends to do. At the very end of the reading, I do have some cards that I have pulled here for you. I won't tell you them until the very end, but this will just help to give another additional layer into the message that I have for you. This reading is across the board in general for all of us. It's designed to help you to understand where the planets currently are within the cosmos at the moment and how they are affecting us within this moment. So no matter what your sun sign is, or your rising sign, or your moon sign, or your Venus sign, take your personal chart and apply it to your personal chart. If you need help with that, or if you need to book a reading with me, all of those can be found down below in the links in the comments. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this Astro Tarot Intuitive Forecast. I feel like before I get started, I should take a few steps back before I dive into this week. The reason why that is because Mercury entered into the sign of Libra on the day of the 29th. Mercury rules our mind, our communication, our thinking process, and when you want to see where Mercury is, because you're seeing how people are more apt to think and how people are more apt to communicate, thus allowing yourself to be informed with the energies that it is that you're working with. Also, Libra is currently moving, the sun is currently moving through the sign of Libra, so we have that extra dose of Libra energy flowing around us across the board. Now, this is really cool because we've been so focused on like the tinier details and perfection and purging and cleansing the last month and some change. And now we're moving away from that, and we're more into partnerships, building relationships, thinking about others, putting others before ourselves, and also beautifying things and taking a step back and enjoying what it is that we've been working so hard to create. And I hope that that's something that it is that you guys are doing. If not, you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to make things perfect and understand everything and put everything in order and make sense of it all. That's something that I'm seeing a lot in the tarot readings that I've been doing lately, tarot and intuitive readings that I've been working with the last month and some change with my clients, is this idea of just, you know what, like all of these changes are happening within my life. Like a lot of us are experiencing some incredibly profound changes. What was once serving us and what was once life as we knew it is now completely stripped and completely removed out of our lives, and we're like sitting here raw and open and vulnerable. Why is that? Well, because Pluto was retrograde for so long, bringing us right back to square one. The pieces that we thought that we had learned, that we had transformed from, began resurfacing and showing themselves and making themselves known in our lives, like this, you know, tiny demon that keeps on stalking us in some way. And no matter how far or how hard you've been working on your own personal transformation or transforming things in your lives, you have to keep in mind, you have to factor in where the planets currently are positioned and where they're currently moving, because those absolutely influence us, and it'll show what is working against us and what's working for us. Now, as frustrating and painful as Pluto retrograde can be, it just allows us to revisit and to rebuild and to renew and to rebirth ourselves into the new next level generation of ourselves, if that makes any sense. So that's what it was that we were dealing with. And for a lot of you, you know, it's so, even though you may be 20 years old or 30 years old or 60 years old or 80 years old, you're still rebirthing, you're still rebuilding, you're still shedding these old skins and coming into this world new again and again and again and again. And with that, you know, sometimes the next steps ahead are maybe not so clear. The next steps ahead may be something that you have to follow through your intuition, through your guides, through messages, through your purpose, through what feels right. And it may not make sense. All the pieces together may not fall together immediately. And that's why you have to follow your soul, and you have to follow your feeling and your intuition, because that's how your angels and your guides and your soul works with you, is through your feeling. And that's what Pluto has been drudging up and building up and bringing up for us, is what is your soul? Follow your feeling. Those powerful feelings that you couldn't even resist them even if you wanted to. Follow that. And don't be afraid to release and to let go. So because there were so many planets that were sitting within the sign of Virgo for so long, there was this need to kind of make order of it all. And in the moment, it's good to think about it. In the moment, it's good to organize and to create a plan. But if we stay with that for too long, if we harp in that energy for too long, we'll drive ourselves crazy. So now it's like, I really see you guys needing to take a step back and to roll those shoulders and to take a deep breath and to release and to beautify and to enjoy the things that are around you that you've created, that you've worked to manifest, that you've set intentions on. And stop to enjoy the moment. Go out, celebrate, spend time with friends, enjoy your relationships, enjoy your partnerships, which is something else that I see for this week ahead. Venus is sitting directly opposite of Neptune. Neptune rules illusion and fantasy, and in some ways is good and in other ways is bad. And I'll explain that in just a second. Venus represents beauty, aesthetic, and relationships and love. Now, Neptune, when it's negatively aspected, it can create disillusionment with love and love relationships, or sometimes how we see the world. But when it's positively aspected and we're working with it for good, it helps us to have these kind of like pink glasses around the way that we see the world. I see life in pink was something that I grew up saying and feeling my entire life. I was seeing auras, and I didn't even realize that I was seeing auras. The world around me kind of had this pink haze around it. And really what it was just my spirit at the time seeing things with complete unconditional love and acceptance and understanding. And I was raw, I was vulnerable, and I was easily deceived, but I was in a space of just unconditional love for others and for myself. And that's kind of what Venus opposing Neptune creates, is this kind of pink haze where there's this veil in front of our eyes and we can't really see things as they are, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It just means that you may see things prettier than a normal person would see it. Or maybe you see the best in someone and you just overlook their negative traits. And over time, maybe that can create some disappointment because you realize that that person isn't perfect, or that that person, you know, is fighting their own demons, because we all are. But in the moment, it allows you to see someone with unconditional love and unconditional acceptance, or maybe to look at yourself in that same way. Or maybe an object, a thing. Let's say it's a scarf. Let's say it's a bag. You're like, wow, this is the best bag I've ever seen in my entire life. I must have it. Cha-ching, like swipes the credit card, and then you make the purchase. It's not a bad thing to see the world in this illusion sometimes, as long as you stay grounded and you don't allow yourself to kind of drift off, you know, and then you find yourself getting hurt or disappointed, perpetually disappointed. Or maybe, you know, you indulge, you can't deal with the day-to-day, and you indulge in drugs or alcohol. That would be bad. But on a good note, you could use this to see the best. And Neptune in the sign of Pisces really wants you to step into that heightened state of unconditional love and spiritual acceptance. And those vibrations, what does it feel like? How does it make you feel? How does it make others feel? Intuitively, what is that you're picking up on? Intuition and third eye vision is so highlighted. Our sensitivities are so high at this moment. So work with that. Capitalize on it. Capitalize on that. Oh, so exciting. I need to make a video about this in the future, but Jupiter moves into Scorpio. I'm not going to talk about it here because I'm going to make a full video about this. We will talk about it, though. This is a really good move. It was once in the sign of Libra, and now it's moving into Scorpio. This is going to be intense, and I'm excited for it. Look to see where Scorpio, what Scorpio rules within your personal chart, and you'll see what Jupiter, the planet of abundance and blessings, is going to bring to you. It's going to be great. It's going to be dope. This week also, okay, we're taking another step back. Mars, the planet of drive, passion, action, is going to be trining Pluto. I'm so here for this. I'm so feeling it. I'm so loving it. Mars, again, rules our drive, our passion, our action, and is how we go about achieving something. Pluto rules death, destruction, transformation. Now, when these two planets flow with each other in such a positive way, you are unbeatable, you're unstoppable. The changes that it is that you feel to your soul that you make during this time are just so purposefully driven, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure if it does. I don't know if I just made up a word there, but it's your purpose, your fire, your passion, your soul merged together into one in order to create movement, momentum. And Pluto was once retrograde since April, and only recently just went direct last week. And now finally we're getting to use that energy, that built up, pent up energy of Mars, and merging it with the energy of Pluto, and we're just rocketing ourselves. I mean, it's like we're fighting for what we love. Passions increase. I mean, you probably feel this in your relationships. This is an awesome week for relationships and for connecting with a partner. And even if you're over, maybe not over 18, but if you're sexually active, this is a great time, a great week for sex and sexual exchange with people that vibe with your energies. Don't just recklessly go about, trying to connect with people on a physical realm, because remember, sex is a sexual exchange. It's an energy exchange, and what you are absorbing or giving others is very potent. So you want to make sure that who you're sharing your energy with is someone that vibes well with you. And so it was done, and so it was said. But yeah, another reason why this is such a great week for relationships is Venus and Mars are going to be connecting together in the sign of Virgo. With this, I really want to say, you know what, just allow yourself to enjoy. Don't look into things too much. Don't pick at things too much. Don't critique things too much. I'm a Virgo, so I know what it's like. But I just feel like, you know what, don't dampen the mood with this Virgo energy. And as a Virgo, I can say that honestly. But, Mars rules fire and drive and passion. Venus rules attraction and beauty. And the two of them together, they just want to make love. And they just want to express themselves. And it doesn't have to be sex. It doesn't have to be relationships. It could be the things that it is that you love. But just don't kill the vibe by overly critiquing it, which Mars has a tendency to do in Virgo, and Venus has a tendency to do in Virgo. Allow yourself to enjoy the tangible side, which I know is so hard for Virgo to do, Virgo energy to do. But allow yourself to enjoy, touch, feel, communication, those types of things. Allow yourself to indulge in it. Oh, so then shortly after that, on the 3rd, Venus connects with Pluto. And Venus, like I said before, rules beauty and attraction and aesthetic and love and relationships. And I really see this as the potential to connect with someone or to connect with a partner. If you're single, go out. Go out with your friends. Go out on a date. Try a dating website. Try a dating app or whatever the case may be. And really look to see who you connect with and who you vibe well with. Mercury and Sun support this too, this dating, this, getting out and about and socializing and meeting new people and thinking about relationships and partnerships. Pluto says, look, you know what, again, like for some people, you can really meet your soulmate, especially with this new moon coming up in Aries. I mean, I personally feel. But yeah, I just really feel like the planets are kind of aligned for you to meet some really spectacular people. But allow yourself to also stay grounded. Don't critique anyone, but stay practical. But also allow your head to float in the clouds. Be very picky about who you share your energy and your time with, because it's important. And you have to use discernment. We talked about that in a recent video. Okay, on the 5th is the new moon, full moon, I'm sorry, in the sign of Aries. This is a pioneering new moon. The new moons represent time for me of reflection and quiet time, a quiet period of contemplation and reflection. But for a lot of people, you're planting seeds of intention during this time. The new moons tend to open up doors, but of course take some time before that in order to set some intentions and allow the universe to kind of sprinkle what it will into your life. Give it time, give it space to manifest what it wants to bring into your life. Try not to control every aspect of magic and intention. Allow the universe to do what it is that it does. You'll see more good surprises and more abundance coming into your life if you're not trying to control every aspect. Never try to control everything. Work your magic, take your hands off of it. Work your magic, go take a nap. Work your magic, go eat some food. Don't stay in that space of like, what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen? Is this what I set intentions for? If not, then it's not for me. Allow the universe to kind of manifest and drag you. Hopefully not drag you, but guide you. But maybe sometimes drag you if you're not listening or if you're resisting to the right spot where you're supposed to be. But this new moon is all about really listening to your fire, that energy, that passion. Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is sitting in a sign of Virgo, connecting with Venus, the planet of beauty, aesthetic, love, relationships. Pluto is connecting with Pluto, transformation, rebirth, renewal. Just recently went direct, and really this new moon wants you to be your own biggest advocate for the things that it is that you want. It wants you to take initiative. It wants you to be a leader. It wants you to be fearless. It wants you to be courageous. It wants you to be bold, big with the things that it is that you're setting intentions for. Think about yourself. Think about what it is that you want. Think about what it is that you're passionate about. And don't hold back when you're setting those intentions. Allow yourself to flow with it. I'm flowing with it. I'm flowing with this reading right now. So yeah, that's what this full moon is going to be all about. Did I say this was a new moon? I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm mixing that up. I'm working on this lunar report lately and my new moon, full moon. But either way, this is about bringing it to fruition and just bringing it into abundance. I'm sorry. I know you guys are going to flood me with comments like, Jess, this isn't a new moon. This is a full moon. I know. I see it. I'm sorry. I misspoke. Oh, yeah. So, you know what? Pretty much that's it in a nutshell that I wanted to talk about now that I'm saying this out loud. And looking at the chart, I have my notes here. I do want to talk about Jupiter and moving into Scorpio in more detail. But that's going to be another video. It has to be another video because there's a lot to talk about with it. Of course, I did pull some cards for this week ahead for October 2nd through October 8th. And the first one is Temperance. The second one is Wheel of Fortune. And the third is Queen of Pentacles. Now, I didn't specifically want to draw 3 cards. These are the cards that fell out, and I was just rolling with it. Temperance says, you know what, when I look at this and when I feel this, these cards, it's like, what I feel when I look at these cards and the message that I get from these cards is, it's like, I see a wheel, and I see like a gear. It's not a wheel, it's a gear. And the gears have to fall together, and they're moving slowly. And they have, you know, grooves in them, and they're moving together. And when they finally come together, they have to fit in perfectly. And if they don't fit in perfectly, you won't get movement. You'll get resistance, you'll get trouble, you might even get locked into place. And with this, it's like, find the right groove. Find the right movement. Find the right moment. And some of those things, it's the universe will help to realign you. But when you find the right groove, everything starts to move and work. And really, this is about being focused. It's about setting intentions. It's about hard work, drive, and commitment. And if you are really stuck and committed to what it is that you want, you will help to bring it to manifest itself in your life. But it's all about perfect timing. It's about fate, allowing yourself to get out and about. It's about building businesses, building your brand, building your vision. This Aries full moon wants to bring that to completion even further. Queen of Pentacles is all about her money. She's all about her security, her family, and building the vision that she sees for herself and for her family and for the future. And the Temperance says, look, don't overdo it. Stay committed, stay focused, but keep on moving forward. Okay? So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you need to work with me one-on-one with a reading, you can find all those links below. And of course, the latest Pluto oil is out, which is right here. Oh, you guys, I'm loving it so much. With this, I'm so inspired by Pluto lately. This is the death oil. It's about transition, transformation, releasing. It's designed to help you to release anything that it is that you're holding on to. It's set, I make this on the new moon and on the dark moon and the waning moon. The reason why that is because I want to help to release and to let go of the things that it is that we're holding on to, and I want there to be stillness with this oil. This is the prerequisite for building and manifesting later, but before you manifest and before you build, you have to release, you have to let go, you have to heal, and you have to rise up from the ashes, and this is what this is for. Also, I'm so excited, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm working on a bath soak currently right now. I mean, it's going to be intense, and it's going to be designed for releasing and letting go. I use bath oils, bath soaks, and these oils all the time when I'm setting intentions. That's what works for me. And this is going to work directly in conjunction with the Pluto transformation and death oil. All of those things can be found down below. But in the meantime, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm starving, so I'm going to go have some food. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you would like me to talk about something specifically on the YouTube channel, leave that down below. But either way, we'll talk soon. I love you. Bye.